talks about to happen on the Belarus-Ukrainian border, in part because of who Putin sent, a low-level former minister of culture, no one who carries any real weight in the Kremlin.
Yeah, well, I guess things will just have to get worse for Vladimir Putin before he decides to take peace talks seriously. Richard Haass, I want to ask you about something Jonathan just brought up. Robert Gates, who has never been a fan of Joe Biden's foreign policy, effusive in praise yesterday. I guess you could say he's never been a fan when he says everything he's ever done is wrong. Yesterday, Bob Gates correctly said, correctly said that Biden has done a very good job in bringing NATO together. You can say the same thing about Condi. We heard Condi yesterday also praising Joe Biden. And if you look at what Joe Biden inherited, no ideology here. Let's just talk history. What he inherited a foreign policy from a president who worked feverishly for 4 years to undermine NATO, to attack NATO's leaders, to attack the very idea of NATO, at times calling into question some of its most basic tenets. And as far as Ukraine goes, these Javelin missiles that have been so important, of course, as we've mentioned before, you had Donald Trump refusing to immediately send those weapons that had already been authorized by Congress, slow walking it until he got dirt on Joe Biden in the middle of a presidential campaign. This is what Joe Biden has inherited, where you had Angela Merkel saying we can no longer rely on the United States. We're going to have to look elsewhere. Well, NATO is more together, I would say, than probably in 40, 50 years. I mean, we even had trouble with de Gaulle during NATO. But we are shoulder to shoulder to shoulder at NATO, and that didn't just happen. This has been something of major success for Joe Biden and the administration, hasn't it?
Absolutely. And you're right. It didn't just happen. This is very much in Joe Biden's wheelhouse, Joe. His principal involvement in foreign policy over the decades has been Europe. He's the kind of, when he was a senator, he would every year go with John McCain and others to the Munich Security Forum. These are issues he's totally comfortable with. And take the turnaround in Germany, not just the 2% defense spending target, but the total participation in sanctions, the shipping of weaponry, all that. That didn't just happen. The administration has been spending an awful lot of time quietly working that account. So no, I think, I was extraordinarily critical of the Biden administration over Afghanistan, but here they deserve real praise for how they've managed the various venues of this. The European venue, the Ukraine, which isn't easy. Obviously, the sanctions, which are much more multilateral and much more ambitious than anything that's been attempted before. And even though deterrence didn't work, the efforts to persuade Putin not to go in, that was beyond our capacity control. I don't think we made mistakes. And right now we're in as good a place as we can be, given the geography and given the realities.
Yeah, and I'm with you, Richard. I was very critical of the Biden administration on Afghanistan, the retreat from Afghanistan, and the fact we didn't keep 2,500 peacekeeping forces in there. But as far as this crisis goes, Mika, from the very beginning, Joe Biden has done what we need American presidents to do, and that is quietly, diplomatically stitching NATO back together after it was being ripped apart by Donald Trump for 4 years, and bringing NATO actually into a better place than it's been in decades.
We're going to go live to NATO headquarters.